What's up everyone, it's Tyranitar and welcome back to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire coverage video. Now before I begin with this huge breakdown and analysis video, I want to put a disclaimer that this will contain spoilers on a few trainer teams that haven't been officially revealed yet. And with that said, with just a week left until ORAS is released, the official Pokemon channel has dropped a brand new trailer revealing a new major events in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The trailer starts off introducing a new in-game event known as the Delta episode. I personally like to think of it as a Delta Emerald addition to the game. The Delta episode involves the history of the Hoenn region reaching 3,000 years into the past, clearing up the mystery of Mega Evolution. The Moss Deep Space Center, a research facility for studying space and rocket science, discovers that a giant asteroid is hurtling towards the planet. And at the same time, Team Aqua and Magma are attacking the facility and causing trouble. Meanwhile, in space, there's an intense battle between Mega Rayquaza and Deoxys. And all in all, it's up to the player, the Sootopolis City Gym Leader Wallace, and Champion Steven to fix this ordeal. To me, the biggest highlight in this trailer is the fact that somehow a turn of events will lead to you teaming up with Mega Rayquaza and riding on it to take down Deoxys. Holy crap. Anyway, during the story, Team Aqua admin Matt and Team Magma admin Courtney are stealing keystones from various trainers, namely poor little Wally, which may lead to why Matt and Courtney will end up using a Mega Sharpedo and Mega Camerupt against you at one point. We then get introduced to Xenia, a mysterious trainer that specializes in dragon types and carries the Mega Anklet that allows her to Mega Evolve her Salamence, which I actually find really interesting just because of the way I look at Salamence in relation to a few other Pokemon. To me, I look at Wailord as a mini version of Kyogre, Camerupt as a mini version of Groudon, and Salamence as a mini version of Rayquaza. They all have close similarities. I'm not sure why Game Freak went with Sharpedo instead of Wailord for Archie, but all in all, Maxie, Archie, and Xenia having Mega Evolutions of these three just makes me feel like Xenia represents her own neutral team between Aqua and Magma. Or maybe it's just me. Your initial battle with Xenia is against her as a Pokemon trainer where she uses a Tyrantrum, Altaria, and Salamence. But later on in the story, you fight her again, but under the title of a Lore Keeper where she uses a Goodra, Noivern, Altaria, Tyrantrum, and Mega Salamence against you. And as the Lore Keeper, I feel like Xenia is the last piece of the puzzle to unlocking Rayquaza's Mega Evolution in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Wallace is also finally introduced, and I don't know what's gotten into him. Is that what he was always wearing under his cape? He's initially battled as the 8th gym leader, then battled again as a Pseudopolitan. This area right here, which is likely Sootopolis City, does, in contrast to gameplay we got earlier, confirm that it will actually have bridges that connect the left, right, and center of the city together. Maybe the bridges form later on, but it's good to know that the overworld will in fact follow the map, meaning whatever you see in the map will probably look the same in game. This Delta episode event also appears to share a connection with AZ from the Kalos region. You know, that tall guy that creeped you out when you first saw him. Apparently he visited the Hoenn region at one point within the last 3,000 years and gave them something. With 3,000 years ago popping up so many times, there's a ton of things fans are speculating. This event sharing a relation to an event from 3,000 years ago is making fans believe that that's when Deoxys was first created, and possibly by AZ and his machine that he used 3,000 years ago. These theories include the meteor being destroyed and Deoxys forming from it, Mega Evolution having something to do with Deoxys, and a lot more. When it comes to the question of whether every Mega Evolution revealed is every Mega Evolution in the game, there's a possibility that there may actually be more that we don't know about. It was assumed that the data dump from the ORAS demo contained every Mega and Primal form because of how it was coincidentally on par with everything revealed so far. But considering that information revealed alongside this trailer included things that weren't found in those demo leaks like mugshots of Xenia and Pokemon learning new moves, it seems that there could be more to these games than we thought. Mega Milotic seems very possible, especially because of Wallace. Mega Flygon, not so much. But prove me wrong, Game Freak. Regirock, Regice, and Registeel are also finally revealed, even though we knew they were coming, but we get full details on them. If you didn't know, the messages that enclose the 3 Regis in their chambers are written in Braille, and decoded they are the following. Regirock's message means that you have to take 2 steps to the right and 2 steps down and have a Pokemon use strength from that position. Regice's message means that you have to wait a full 2 minutes after reading the message to unlock the door, and Registeel's message means you have to stand in the center of the room and have a Pokemon use Fly. I'm pretty sure Game Freak meant for this message to be decodable from the overworld, but they also made it tricky by having grayed out markings as well. In the original games it said, first comes Relicanth, last comes Wailord, as in having Relicanth in the first slot of your party and Wailord in the last slot, and it's probably gonna be the same in these games. A lot of you have probably gotten your Diancie from the serial code distribution, and if you transfer that Diancie from X and Y to ORAS, you can take it to a Pokemon Center and be given a Diancieite to Mega Evolve it. The The Pokédex now also has an option to view all Pokemon at once to get a general picture of your full dex, showing what Pokemon you've seen and caught, and this screenshot here looks like how your Pokédex would look like after catching Groudon in Omega Ruby. Here's an image that compares the abandoned ship from the original games to what appears to be a much larger area known as Sea Marvel. It's definitely gonna be a lot more interesting to explore, considering a lot more seems to have been added into it. The trailer then ends off showcasing various legendary Pokemon that can be caught in Mirage spots, confirming that by all legendary Pokemon, they mean all legendary Pokemon. Between X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you will be able to capture every legendary Pokemon up to date, which is gonna be amazing. And like I said before, I can definitely see version exclusive legendaries in these Mirage spots, with for example Cresselia and Heatran being exclusive to each version. But anyways guys, that's it for this huge coverage video. Be sure to drop a like if you're hyped about Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and the Delta episode, and let me know your thoughts on the Delta episode and any theories you may have on it. With Thoras coming out in just a week, I'm gonna have a ton of coverage on it, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. By the way, if you like the updated graphics, be sure to check out WalnaughtLP in the description below and tell him I sent you.